All right, this is episode number 12 of This Week in Grip. I just got home from Syracuse, guys. What a trip. It was another awesome endeavor in the world of grip. I was so fortunate to be a part of a World Arm Wrestling League arm wrestling tournament up at Syracuse at the Man Show. Don't hate on me for the name. I didn't name it, but it was an awesome time, and I learned all kinds of stuff. And, wow, what a just an awesome opportunity. Now I get to come back, talk to everybody about it. My life can't get better. Alan, thank you for joining me today, buddy. How has your week been?
My week's been real good, real good. Trying some new things and trying to make some ground on some other stuff. So, yeah, pretty exciting.
Well, tell everybody what you're involved with your wife, the cool stuff that's going on.
Well, yeah,
cool
so about a week ago, I saw on a Facebook post there was a free Krav Maga course coming up in my hometown, and I thought, hey, why not give this a shot? I'd never done anything like this before in my life, and I mentioned to my wife. She thought it'd be worth going down and checking it out, and we went there. Things looked pretty cool. It was an opportunity to sign up for a few more classes, and they also mentioned a kickboxing course that they offered several times a week to kind of go sort of an adjunct to that. And we figured, what, why not? It sounds like fun. It's a different fitness pursuit, something neither of us had tried before. And it's been a great experience. A lot of excitement. It's getting my wife in the gym. I'm really excited about it. Just a neat new thing, I guess, to try. So. Yeah,
well, cool. And you get to do it with your wife, so that's cool, man. I don't know if it's good for her. She's got to spend more time with you.
Right. Yeah, but now she knows how to throw me around out of the deal, so I guess it'll work pretty good for her.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Well, just wanted to remind everybody before we get into the show to if you upload a feat, use the hashtag #ThisWeekInGrip so we can make sure to see it. And then the also the thing I wanted to say, just a reminder. The first rule of grip sport is you tell everyone about grip sport. And then we also have something big going on with grip sport this week. We are actively searching for a new member on the NAGS committee again. Chris Rice has decided to stop being a member. Just, he has done stuff with me on this committee since before it was a committee. He has been always involved in grip sport. I think he ran his first competition back in something like 2006 or 2007. He's been involved for a long time. Like I said, before we even had a committee or group, he and I would email back and forth. We would get on the phone, talk about stuff, try to make headway in the progress of the sport. And now he's involved a lot more in climbing these days. A lot of his training is centered around climbing. He also does a lot of coaching around track for athletes in his area. And I think he even has been going to a climbing gym and doing things for a couple of years now. So his focus is different, and he just doesn't have the time for it. I say thank you to Chris for everything that he's done, and we're going to be welcoming a new member. So what I've done is, and you may have seen it from the other guys in the group, is they've posted it around in various spots. You'll see it on the grip board. But basically, just you can email me, jed.diesel@gmail.com if you're interested, and we'll be, I think the drop dead date is 4/21, if I remember correctly. Is that right, Alan? Like, do you remember?
That is the correct date. And Jared Gogwin also posted that. He posted a YouTube video up explaining that. I believe he gave a link to the article on the grip board, and you also put that on your Facebook page, as well as Andrew Pankey had as well. So it's out there in several areas in case anybody overlooks one.
Yep.
So
exactly.
Should definitely get some more exposure this time.
Yep. Yeah. So hit me up, and if you're interested in doing this, then send me a message. And I'm not just saying that to blow smoke. There may be people out there with really, really good ideas, and if you wanna bring those ideas forward, then I know I look forward to hearing about those ideas, and you could be a very good asset to the group. I know there's a lot of people out there, yourself included, Alan, that I think would be excellent members for this group. So, but even one guy that put in an application, I've never even heard of him before. I've never interacted with him before. I don't think he's like a past customer of mine. He saw the notification somewhere and reached out. So, I welcome those with open arms. Maybe I'll talk about the Man Show Grip Challenge, Alan, if you don't mind, before we get started going with stuff.
I would like to hear about that. Yeah, I saw a picture of you with Rob Vigiant on there. You get a chance to take a pull on any of your stuff?
Well, so we did it. The plan was to do it just Friday night. So, I didn't know what the heck I was going to do all day Saturday. It was a little bit different situation because the Man Show itself started Friday at 5 or something like that. The whole weekend's a blur. But it started at night. That's the main thing. So the plan was it was going to be the Jed Show on Friday night. And, man, I was, geared up, ready to go. I was getting in people's face. I was, shaking their hand. I'm like, what kind of a handshake is that? Whatever I needed to do to get to do this grip challenge, I was doing it. And what I came up with was, how some people, I didn't want it to be like, you get one pull and then you're out of here. You know what I mean? I wanted to give them as many chances, that was reasonable to have them get a good lift. So I came up with the 3-strike rule, which comes from baseball, basically. And I don't know if you've watched it. You ever watch Alan? Major League Baseball?
Here and there. Not a whole lot, not as much as I should. I guess it's time I got into it, but it's probably been years, I guess.
Well, and that's fine if you haven't. But some of the home plate umpires that call balls and strikes have very animated strike calls, especially third strike calls when it's called punching somebody out, and they really insert themselves into the game and become like a character with their third strike calls. So, towards the end of the night, Friday night, dudes are drinking beers, left and right. So they're getting kind of toasted, and their grip's not as good as it was probably, 2 hours ago. So I start ringing these guys up I think there was a Dave Runge or something like that had just a sinister third strike call. He was a real dick as an umpire. And I told this one guy, I was like, you got 2 strikes, man. I don't want to do this to you, but if you miss, I'm going to punch you out. And he looked at me all weird, obviously he wasn't a baseball fan, but he missed it. And I was like, strike 3! And I did a big animated punch out, man, in the crowd. I was being so loud, man. It was crazy. I had so much fun doing it. I hope the people lifting had a fraction of the fun that I was having being the umpire. So, I'm honestly looking at getting maybe a chest protector that I can use and a face mask, an umpire face mask, and one of the hats that they wear. I know you don't know this, but the umpire sometimes wears a special ball cap with a very, very small abbreviated rim. And I might get one and wear that so that I can be even more animated and properly act like an umpire. But people were getting into it, man. And this one kid, this one pair of dudes, they were both named Tyler, and they were both friends from high school or something. And they sat there on a bench that was sitting there by the thing, and they were loving it, dude. They were really getting into it. So basically, I think we got 30 people through on Friday night.
Nice.
And it went so well. Like I said, it was only supposed to be Friday. And then Saturday was going to be the arm wrestling, but it went so well. James Dugan, the guy that put the whole thing on, the arm wrestling on, he was like, dude, if you want to do it tomorrow, you can do it tomorrow. So I actually did 2 days. But I'll tell you what, man, Saturday, after all the antics that I did Friday night, and then I went and trained with my friend Joe Saturday morning, I was a total zombie. It was night and day. If anybody was there both days, they probably would have thought it was a different guy umpiring, because it started out, man, I was like in a trance. I was so zombie-ish that when I pulled out of the parking spot to go to the arm wrestling tournament, I actually backed into some dude's big-ass redneck truck. And I thought I, damaged his truck. You know, I drive a Rogue, which couldn't even scratch a truck probably. But the only thing that happened was he had, this towing rig or something. I don't know what anything's called. It was some add-on feature to his pickup, and it put probably a 3-inch dent, 3 inches across and probably 1.5 inches deep into my bumper, and that's pretty much all that happened. But I was just so tired and didn't sleep well, and packed a 2-hour training session on top of it that I was out of it. So ended up backing into a truck, and then when I finally got there, I was all worried that someone was going to turn me into the police. So I called and found out who, tried to find out whose truck it was, and finally once I got somebody to go Saturday to take the grip challenge, then it started rolling, because the thing about the way the layout was, the grip contest was 20 feet from the door, from the main entrance. So people had to kind of see what was going on. So if people came in and there was someone competing, especially on Friday night, I was getting a crowd, and you couldn't help but, notice what was going on. On Saturday, the arm wrestling was taking place. So I was kind of overpowered, even when I did get going and get energetic, and start punching people out left and right. The people, I was just overwhelmed. There was too much noise, heavy music, and there was a full-time MC going. So I actually got more people Friday night than Saturday, but I got a lot of people, and I handed out lots of flyers, some business cards, and this one lady did a minute. She held the pinch block with 20 pounds on it for a minute, and that's 3 times as long as any other woman did, even including the arm wrestler ladies.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, she was really, really strong. She actually beat her husband. Her husband was, I don't mean she beat him up, but I mean she outlifted her husband on the 4-inch bull ring hub.
Nice.
Yeah. And she had never heard of it before. What?
Did you do that as an actual hub lift, or was that done as an extensor lift?
Nope, hub lift.
Just a straight hub lift. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. And so she beat her husband. That was pretty cool, because the husband was 300 pounds, and he had a good handshake. His hand felt like I was grabbing onto a couple baseballs. It was that thick, his hand was. But the 4-inch bull ring probably was a little bit small for him. He might have been able to do better on the 5-inch. But there were definitely some talented people that came through, and it was really exciting, and people asked about it, and lots of women came through. Mostly 20-somethings came through. But yesterday, one gentleman, I believe his name was Mel, he went through, and he was probably in his 60s, I would say. And he had a great time, man. He loved it. He said it made him feel alive. So, and I was trying to pump people up. It was a good time. It was a really good interaction. So lots of fun, and I hope I get a chance to do it again up there. It's good, real good.
Yeah, it sounds like a lot of fun. Yeah, cool.
Yeah, man. What else have you seen come up?
The one big thing I wanted to bring up right away was the competition that Jason Steves is putting out here on April 15th. I'm pretty sure we haven't brought that up. I was digging through some old stuff, and I popped that up. But the Spring Clench 2017 is coming up April 15th, located at a place called Evolve in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada.
Mm-hmm.
It's having a few different events there. It looks like he's having a GHP gripper challenge. There's going to be the Euro 2-hand pinch, and then some of David Horn's events, the adjustable thick bar, the gold bar and the half penny lift.
Mm.
So something coming up on, if anybody is up that way, it looks like, let me just see if I can get back over there here. Looks like he had a fair amount of people signed up already for it. I think Daniel Fleming was one of the guys on the list, and a few other names that I'm not too familiar with. But that looked like maybe, I don't know, 8 to 10 people, something like that, lined up already. I just wanted to make sure that one got covered here. And didn't
Dude, good catch. Good catch. Jason's been a long-time friend, and, man, I don't know how we overlooked that, but we did. So sorry about that, Jason. And I would definitely throw out there, if we're missing something, guys, we're not doing it on purpose, so we want to cover stuff. So if we're overlooking things, please reach out to us, either me or Alan, and we'll get it for you. We don't want to overlook people's contests. You're working hard on running these things. We want to support you as much as we can.
Absolutely. Yeah. And also on the contest theme, and this one's going to be coming up starting May 1st, but David Horn is running the Steel Shredders 2.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you saw him recently post about that. Let me try to.
I did see that, and it's unbraced short bars, like nails mainly, like actual nails with the heads cut off. Yeah, yep. A few different things. I'm trying to bring up his site right now, but he posted a few different things. I think he even had a YouTube video out there about some stuff, but I think you buy some of the materials right from him again was the gist of it. But it looks like it's a couple months contest coming up, kind of on the same theme as what he had done before. It looks like it's going to run from May 1st through June 30th. So I know we had a bunch of guys from the States working on his last contest, so I would think there'd be some involvement again on this one. But just so everybody's aware, neat little. I kind of like the structure of some of that too, where it's kind of do it at your home in front of your camera kind of concept, Right. Just a different tempo, a great way of contributing to some of these things and having a good time and doing it on your own schedule. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, and David's got a good video up demonstrating how to snap one of these nails. So it's right on his YouTube channel, and I'm sure it probably links from his website. So make sure to check that out. I also noticed, and I commented on this. Did you see that he had a Where's Waldo calendar up on the wall, but in the UK, it's actually Where's Wally.
I hadn't seen that. No.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, man. Yeah, you got to watch, dude. There's some crazy stuff. There's some crazy stuff out there, and if you're not really looking for it, you'll miss it in some of these videos.
Oh, wow.
Hey, you remember last week we were talking about like people that you don't know about that are on Instagram or whatever, and you don't know what they're talking about, and because it's in a foreign language and stuff like that. Oh, yes, all the time. Well, so there's a dude, I don't know his real name, but Jared tagged me. He's like, Jed, check out this blob. And this dude, I want to say it was a Japanese guy, and I'm gonna pronounce it and then spell it for you. This is his Instagram account. Imasa Kazoo. Imasa Kazoo. IMASAKAZU. And it's all in the Japanese script or whatever. So I have no idea what the heck he's talking about. But I actually asked him. I left a comment there, to ask. It was a blob that was made out of a mold. It looked kind of like a clone, very rough. At that. Yeah, and it had a symbol, one of the symbols there in the bottom, and I think it might have been a half 85 or something like that. For some reason, that sticks in my head. But dude, even in China or Japan or wherever that is, they're training grip, and we don't even know about it, dude. Like there could be like a Chinese grip board that nobody knows about, and they're like just smashing big feats. You know what I mean? Right. Oh, geez, I'm looking at this guy right now. Well, yeah, he's picking that thing up like it's absolutely nothing. So, yeah. Well, cool. I guess I didn't get a good look at it. I'm gonna have to
going to have to check out some of his other stuff. I didn't see a spot where it looked like it had been cut off of something. My initial guess was that it was made for that purpose. I'm just trying to see where the... Oh, yeah, neat. Wow, I had no idea.
Yeah, dude, for sure. Me neither.
And it looks just like a what would be a York, except it's whatever they're using. Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, you mentioned an axle in the background and everything. Wow.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, it's going on, man. Grips all around, dude. It's bigger than you think. I mean, everybody's using their hands. You just realize that in a sports model. Yeah.
Right. Cool.
Yeah. Not to get too far away from contests. Did you have anything else that you wanted to mention about contests, competitions, stuff like that?
No, those were the only two that I had on my radar there.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, I wanted to... Else? Yeah, a couple things, actually. Do you know the name Adrian Larson?
No, I don't.
Or have you heard of the Larson Press?
The Larson... No, not familiar. Not familiar with that at all.
Okay. So basically what happened is, I didn't either. I hadn't heard about it either. But Jared Gogan and Michael Thomas, Gresham Gripper, met up for a little get-together, and they had this other guy there, humongous, like chest, shoulders, and stuff like that, and the dude's name's Adrian Larson. Well, Michael had said something like he's one of the best benchers in the world, or God-given bench talent, or something like that. And I found out that he has like some issues with his legs, and I don't know what they are, but he basically can't use his legs for drive in the bench press. So they've actually, but he's a huge bencher. He's like huge bench. I wish I had a little bit more information to give you more detail, but this is another inspiring athlete, because this guy is like a world-class bench presser and is unable to utilize his legs to any kind of degree in the bench, which if you do use your legs, it can help you add more weight to your bench press. But he hasn't let this stop him. In fact, there's now people doing the Larson press, which is a bench press where you don't use your legs. You have you keep your legs pretty much straight out. So I'm sure there's more to the story, and I'll kind of let people Google it and figure out more. But I know he's got an Instagram also. But they did a little grip together with this guy, and I guess he's maybe a local guy to those dudes. So maybe we'll be seeing some grip pop up on Adrian Larson's Instagram, just like we saw it on Mark Bell's Instagram like a month or so ago.
Right. Look this guy up right now here.
The other thing, and it's also with Gresham Gripper, he announced a competition on June 24th. I don't know if you saw that, Alan, but he's calling it Oregon Strongest Hands, and he's going to make it a sanctioned grip contest. So it's June 24th. I don't have the city, but Gresham is the town where that gentleman lives, so it may be taking place in Gresham. And then there may be, I just got a quick blurb from him through Instagram prior to the call. So there may be more information out there that you can find, but I don't have it. But it's Oregon's Strongest Hands. The events are going to be, first off, grippers, 20-millimeter block set, Ironmine Blockbuster pinch block, 2-inch trilobite rolling handle, and then stub lift for the fourth event, and then the fifth is going to be pickaxe rear lift with a 30-inch height requirement. And he says he's planning on making it an annual event with the pickaxe always being contested last yearly. Every other year will be a front lever. So it'll go front lever, back lever, back lever, starting with the rear lever. And then the fourth event will always be a grip tops implement, and it'll get switched out every year. So he's already got plans for a yearly contest, dude, out in Portland, or out in Oregon, I should say, where we couldn't even get a grip contest going for the last 3 years. And now we're having multiples. Dude, it's spreading, dude. It's spreading like a disease, but it's a good disease.
Yeah, nice. They're doing a good job out there. I tell you, I gotta,
yeah.
Jared Gogan. Yep. He's done a great job out there getting a lot of these guys into it, and I think that's kind of the catalyst for some of this.
Yeah.
He's between his YouTube videos and getting everybody over to his place and everything, doing these grip workouts all the time. That's I think that's definitely been the big catch here. So, well, good for them.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Yep. I tell you, I've got that's a one personal thing that I've got to get ironed out, and I should probably get on board with even Jared about that. How he's found a way to attract a lot of these guys, and he hasn't put the information out there that I've seen, of how he's going after them. But I've definitely got to find some people more localized that would be able to, whether I go to them or have them, I just got to find more people nearby, I guess, to try to get something like this going on. I've got so much different crap, so many things for people to use, guys, girls, kids. I just got to find the people to do this stuff with. So, yep, right. I'm going to have to talk with him, get some of that ironed out. So, good.
Yeah, buddy.
Glad to see more of that.
Yeah. I got two other things, dude. I've been on like a hound dog, a bloodhound, looking up stuff. But it's like magnetism, dude. It's just coming to me. Jim Stepani's adapting a penny lift for the Olympia for the concrete challenge, I guess. So he's gonna add a version of the penny lift in there. I think it was the mammoth coin. I could be wrong, but yeah.
Yeah, I saw that. That's what it looked like to me. Yep. So, nice. That's one thing that seemed to be taken right off. A lot of people pulling on the mammoth coin lately. So, yeah, that's a lot of popularity there. And that's one of those things. I like it when people come out with these ideas. It's simple and it's relatively inexpensive. It's an easy thing for people to get and start doing. It's not like tracking down a blob where you're dumping a couple $100 all at once.
Yeah.
That's something a guy can get working on for between shipping, loading, pin a few things. $30, $40 tops, and you're dripping. So nice.
Right.
Cool. Well, and we'll definitely get some exposure with Jim Stepani working on it too. So
yeah.
A lot of stuff out there from him. Nice.
Yeah, buddy. Yep. And then there's also a Charlotte grip contest coming up. A lot of iron. I've got a screenshot somewhere of it, but I couldn't find it. I know I took a screenshot, but I can't quite seem to find it anywhere. So maybe I'll poke around. Man, I don't know. I wish I could tell you, but I don't know right now. If I can find that screenshot sitting around, then I'll be able to tell you. But for right now, I'd have to be guessing. So
weird. I hadn't heard about that at all.
Yeah,
okay.
Well, someone invited me to it on Facebook. You know how you get the event invites? So I clicked interested. So I'm thinking if by clicking interested, I'll get more updates on it and stuff like that. So we'll see. But I probably won't. My travel the rest of the year is just getting insane. There's so much stuff going on, and there's more stuff popping up all the time. So I'm gonna have to start saying no, unfortunately, because I'm gone. I'm gone too much. So family's too important. So, but I'll continue to look and find information and share it to everybody.
Cool.
What else have you seen this past week, buddy?
You've been following Adam Glass at all on Instagram lately?
Dude, I haven't gotten a lot of feats unless people send them to me. Just this past week because I was prepping for that trip to Syracuse.
Oh, okay. Well, he had. It wasn't the lift that he had put up, though. It was impressive nonetheless. He had a double rolling thunder lift. Total of 416 pounds, which was pretty sweet. Let me see if I can bring up his try to bring up his remark here, but it sounds like he's going to be taking a little more interest in some upcoming grip stuff here. See if I can bring it up here. Oh yeah, here's his post on Instagram. He says, "This season I'm digging in on my single hand lifts. I have targets for the fat bars, anvils, flask, Euro, and axle. Says I'll be competing in the 93 kilogram class, and depending on how summer goes, maybe even cut down to 83K to wreck all the record books." So, haven't seen a statement like that out of him in a while.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Sounds like he's kind of getting back into it. We'd seen him doing a lot of grip stuff here and there for a while, but it seemed like he was just kind of sticking with some of the stuff, just doing it more than anything. It almost sounds like he's gonna kind of make a run at it again. So hopefully he comes with some of this stuff. So cool.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, I'm excited about that. Yep.
Was he talking about King Kong or Nationals with the 93 kilo and 83 kilo?
He didn't say, and I even asked on his Instagram what he was planning on, and there was just no response on that, unfortunately. So yep, just didn't mention. But I don't know if there was any plan for SJ4 or anything like that. Who knows? But
right.
Yep. So hopefully we'll see more of him. I was always liked a lot of the stuff that he did. He had a lot of good information, good lifts, and yep.
He's also he served his country for several years as well, and a lot of people don't know that he ended up getting hurt while he was over there. So he still deals with that on a pretty regular basis. So he's done a lot for the country and paid a price. So he deserves the recognition for that. There's no doubt about it.
Yes.
So I just found that contest, dude. It's actually April 23rd, and it was shared to me by a fella named Chad Clark, and I don't really know him, so I don't know like if he's maybe he's associated with Ironmind or if he's running it. I'm not sure. He says, "Hey buddy, I was wondering if you could help me spread the word about the comp that I'm putting on at the Europa in Charlotte. It would be greatly appreciated." So you can look up Chad Clark on Facebook, and his profile pic, he's got a big old smile on, and he's got like a salt and pepper beard, real impressive beard. It looks like one of those mushrooms that grows out of trees, which is, I'm very jealous because I can't grow one of those types of beards. So he's got a solid beard, and I don't know what the events are. I can't click on the event because I'm just looking at the screenshot that I finally found, and but it's called Ironmind Grip Challenge at the Europa, 23rd of April. I think that wipes me out. That bleeds me dry for contest stuff. So I didn't see much stuff like Ironmind and certs or anything like that. Man, I don't know what you might have come across.
No, I didn't. There was nothing from Ironmind that I had seen. I checked their website. Nothing new grip wise this week in terms of certs on the grip board. I haven't seen anything coming up. No MMOs, any requests. Nothing even up for vote lately. So been a little on the slow side. So just some miscellaneous feats online. None impressive nonetheless, but that's been about the extent of it this week. So a lot of our usual participants just haven't been. They've been involved in some other things apparently.
Yeah. Well, I know that Gil and Maria are working very hard on setting up a Southern Squeeze training facility. It looks like they had some people in there that are testing it out. So, I mean, I can't even imagine, dude, how much work that's got to be to set up. I mean, they're not just going in there slapping some paint on the walls. It looks like they got like I don't know what you call it. We used to call them taggers around like you'd go and you'd find like graffiti on stuff, and it would be like really artistic graffiti. They were called taggers, where I grew up. So there might be a better word for it, but it looks like they got a tagger to go in there and kind of put some really cool artwork in there. And
I saw some of those pictures. Yeah, they look real sharp. I liked their page that they had on Facebook, but I haven't seen a lot of updates. Is this a gym in the conventional sense, just a weightlifting, powerlifting gym? Or they stick with like a climbing theme and working some grip in it? Had you heard anything about that?
No, I don't know. I think it's like a training facility for like fitness. So
okay.
That's just, I don't know. I don't know, but that's what it looked like to me. Like, I think they do like, some kettlebell work and mobility work and things like that. I know Maria puts up a lot of posts about kind of like back to basics and I don't really know how to say it, but like, movement quality, quality of life and stuff like that, like improving your life from the training that you do. So that's kind of what I assumed they were going to be doing. So I wouldn't say it's going to be like a powerlifting gym per se, but they'll probably do powerlifting movements, So
Sure. Okay. All right. Yeah, I was kind of curious about that. Hadn't seen much. So all right. Good
yeah.
enough.
I'm sure we'll be seeing more though. It's going to be cool to watch it all pan out.
Yeah, but that hasn't officially opened yet though, huh? They're just doing kind of a dry run at it right now?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. All right. Cool. Well, I hope that works out for them. I think, they know what they're doing in a lot of other areas, so I'm sure it'll be successful. Well, nice.
Yeah. I know that Gil's hands have been full, if you can accept a pun. His hands have been full with getting that gym ready, because we actually held the first ever telephone conference call in the NAGS committee this past week, and it was at 8:30 because that was like the only time slot that everyone was available, and plus it allowed us to get Jared on there, who's on the West Coast, and Aaron Corcoran is out in Arizona. And man, what a fantastic call that was. We were able to get so much stuff done and make strides going forward. Like the future of grip sport is changing by the day with some of the stuff that we've been talking about. It really is an exciting time, and I know it's just going to get better as we keep going.
Yeah, I guess so. I'm pretty well caught up with everything else that I had going into that.
Cool. You know what, dude? I got one more thing. Before we get to feats, well, why don't we cover a couple feats? But I do have one more thing. What would you say, Alan, was the feat of the week that you recalled from last week?
From last week. Well, boy, was that was your double York 45s last week, wasn't it?
No, that was 2 weeks ago.
Did you hit that then? Oh, that was 2 weeks ago. Okay.
But I thank you for mentioning it. I could talk about that for another 10, 20 minutes if you like.
Let me try to take a look here once.
And maybe it was the Atom lift that you just talked about. I mean, if that's the case, I know. While you think about it, I'll tell you what I saw, dude. That was very impressive. And we've talked about this dude before, and Sean Capusta actually tagged me on this. It was, do you remember the name Scott St. Vincent? Actually, I think I was having trouble thinking of his name last time, but he's the really good card-tearing dude that also he bends coins, like quarters. I think he bends quarters. He's able to, like, warp quarters with his hand strength. But it's Scott St. Vincent, and he did something that you don't see too much. I'll kind of read from because I wanted to make sure to get it right. Okay, so he took a unopened deck of bicycle playing cards, which is 56 cards, and they were unopened. So not only were they in the box, but they still had the plastic wrap on them. And it was a special edition, which I don't know exactly what that entails, but generally bicycles are pretty good quality cards. So, multiple levels of respectability with this feat. He tore the deck in half, then quartered it, which means he tore it into pieces of like 4 pieces, and then aided it, which means he tore the deck into 8 pieces. And he did it all unbraced. So bracing is where you take and you put your hands like against your thigh or your waist, and it gives you stability so you can tear the deck of cards easier. He didn't do that. Mm-hmm. He did it unbraced. It was just, I don't know if I've ever seen anybody do an 8 a deck unbraced. I just don't think I've ever seen it. He says it's truly a milestone for me. And he says the World Series of Poker decks are a little more expensive than standard decks of bicycles, so I'm willing to bet that those cards are actually higher quality, more resilient, and tougher to tear. So for me, that's the feat of the week.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, I'm looking at his Facebook page right now. Cool. Yeah, yep. I think you probably got it. I was trying to look, I get some of these other dates mixed up, and we kind of cover some things that happen at slightly different times. Otherwise, like Brian Hunsaker's, the Denny Stone world record. Not sure exactly the date that fell in there. So, yep, that sounds good to me. Yep, I gotta hit add friend here. Start following some of these people. Get more people on the radar. Awesome.
Yeah, that's a little bit different feat, man. Like you just don't see people doing that. You see people rip them in half, and you might see people ripping a deck of cards lengthwise in half. But once you start venturing into the quarters and the eighths, man, that's like ripping a deck of cards in quarters is kind of like pinching 245s. Maybe not York 45s, but like 245s. It's pretty good feat. It really is.
Yeah, you got to lose all kinds of leverage there once you start getting it down that small. I would think that would just squish right apart in my fingers. I mean, I can't. I've never torn a deck of cards anyway. I've tried. It's not in me right now.
It's painful, Alan. It's painful. It's viciously painful, and the pump that you get in your fingers is just extraordinary because you have to squeeze those things so hard. And like you said, there's nothing to grip on, so you got to squeeze even harder.
Yeah.
So he sent me the video, and most people should be seeing it as we're talking about it. Hopefully, I can download it. I don't know if I did download it yet. I can't remember. Like I said, I'm foggy, but it should be up. Hopefully, if not, get some stills. But yeah, that's my feat of the week.
All right.
And then I know Dan Fleming was hard at work this week, and I know he's like you said, he's going to the summer clinch or the spring clinch that Jason Steves is holding. I was impressed to see that he did 4 reps in his workout on the wrist wrench with 100 pounds, and then he also bumped up to 108, got a 108 wrist wrench lift. So complete reps. Complete reps for the most part.
He's got some good thick bar stuff in him. I wonder, does Jason Steves, does he have an inch dumbbell?
Jason Steves, does he have an inch dumbbell?
I know that was something Daniel Fleming had been after for a while. He's got to be close, pulling those kind of numbers on that wrist wrench. He's got to be right there these days with that.
What I've got to say to Dan Fleming in that is I'm only 6 hours away. So, and I've got 3 of them down here. I actually have, you know what? I want to give some recognition to John Eaton, longtime grip friend of mine, and he let me borrow his inch dumbbell for over 2 years so that I could practice double-inch farmer's walks, and I just returned it to him this past weekend when I was up there. So I want to say thank you to him. But I still have 4-inch dumbbells here, 3-inch dumbbells here, because Luke houses his golden Living Legends inch here as well. So Dan Fleming, 6 hours, 6-hour drive divided by 3-inch dumbbells turns it actually into a 2-hour drive. That is napalm mathematics right there. So your excuses have been smashed with a 20-pound sledgehammer. Come get the inch, brother.
That's awesome, boy.
Right.
Well, you should have hung on to that other one then. You could have had like farmers walk-offs with those things.
Yeah.
You have a pair in your hand and somebody else. Yeah. How'd you come across, aside from Luke's, how'd you come across the other pair?
So I have the original one that I bought in November of 2003, I believe. I can't remember anymore, man. I think it was 2003. And then it was the winter time. It was like January of some year that I bought another one from a postman in New Jersey off eBay for like $220. Got that at a steal, but I had to drive down and get it. So, the biggest pain there was having to drive in New Jersey once again. That's a joke on all my New Jersey friends, including Tim Butler. Let's see. So that's 2. So I own 2. John Eaton let me borrow his on a couple different occasions, and the most recently was from January of 2015 until now. And then Luke's, it was the one that Cody won at Living Legends. But yeah, if anybody else wants one and they want to bring it over, they can leave it here for 4 or 5 years. I'll find a place for it. It's not a problem.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. As big as those things are and awkward, it's everybody's got room for more than one. That's for sure.
Yep.
I could
You always
use
got
another,
room for more inches.
Yep. Awesome. Yeah, and the
What
subject
other
of
feats?
inch dumbbells. You see Marco Bowles, inch reps he put on Instagram. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Can't get any easier.
Oh, I know it. Yeah. Sun shining in his face, just over and over again, bang, like it's nothing. Yeah. What he hit 4 or 5, and then finally that was enough.
Yeah, and it looks like the handle on his is fairly like slick. It looks to be painted. So I'm sure it adds to the challenge.
Well, right. I mean, I wonder what this guy could do if he actually used chalk, because it doesn't look to me like he's got any in his place. It's way too clean in there. His.
You know why, Alan? Now I don't know for a fact, but let's just say, so the one that I bought from the postman in New Jersey, the handle on that thing is like glass. It's like ebony, and I lift better on it with no chalk. So he may be doing that on purpose. He may be actually getting a better grip. It may afford him a little bit better grip to just go with a clean hand on that, and chalk might actually hinder it. So that may be what's going on, or he might just be saying in your face.
Yeah, right.
Like, I don't even chalk. Ha. He turns his nose up to chalk, brother.
Yep. Beautiful. Be nice to be at that point.
Yeah. What else? You see any other big feats?
Yeah, Brian Hunsaker had a real nice farmer's walk he put on there. I don't know if you caught that. He took a couple.
Yeah, I think I saw that.
Yeah.
Luke showed me that driving, I think, on the way back home today. But
yeah.
Tell everybody about it.
It basically used a couple of what looked like rogue farmer's handles, but instead of grabbing it from the way most other people would, he grabbed it right down on the bar, so he was dealing with full rotation and everything, basically almost like grabbing a couple axles and taking them for a hike. So looks like 205 pounds per hand, and that was it. So yeah, he's definitely on his game here lately.
Cool.
I don't know that I've seen somebody going after it like that. Yeah, good for him. I've seen him doing a lot of farmer's walk work in the past, just never that particular lift. So a lot of thick bar strength in that one.
Yeah, for sure. Got some good hands on him. Then
you ever
go ahead.
Go ahead.
Sorry. There's a little delay here, guys. What happens is sometimes when it goes quiet, we both start to talk, but there's a delay. So actually, one of us has already started talking. So that's why I walk on Alan all the time when we're talking. And I'll find a way to blame it on Alan here in a couple minutes. But like I said, I'm kind of zombie-ish right now. So go ahead, buddy.
So you follow Donnie Baker on Instagram?
Is that DH Baker?
Yes. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he just put a nice hub lift up there. It was a 45-pound plate hub with weight added for a total of 63.9 pounds. That was a real impressive.
Oh, that's a big lift.
Impressive lift, yeah. Yep. He's always got a bunch of different things he's working on. So I actually think he's a 93-kilogram competitor. I don't know if he's competed much in the past, but it sounded like he had some stuff planned for the future. I don't know if he's on the grip board at all or not, but real strong grip wise. Seen some axle lifts out of him, some real close, number 3 closes, and just some real solid numbers.
And definitely another guy for sure too. Really,
you
can see it. And like he's not just going through the motion. He wants those lifts. That's what you need.
Yep. No, he's a real fun one to watch, and he has real consistent content out there too. So people should keep their eye on that one. Yep.
Yeah, for sure.
Awesome.
Follow him on Instagram.
And
the one thing I wanted to mention is and I know you haven't seen this video, Alan. It was sent to me by William LePage, and these guys actually sent me a steel bending tool that I'm going to be reviewing on my YouTube channel, Jed Johnson. But let me see if I can find the information, and I'll share it for you. So his name, this little boy's name is Nathan Soldy, and very intense, very intense. I love it. Let's see. I want to say that he's 8. The information I've been emailing with William back and forth, another veteran, so thank you for your service, William. And he says he does bends and does grip with me all the time. He's already hooked. He's coming for your record someday, he says. So that's cool, man. I love to see kids lifting, period, and to see them really going after it in grip. I mean, that's really exciting. You know, I think of Pat Mazels with his boy, and Tom Sabelli, and he's got kids. Think of Chris Andrade and his boy, which he left an Intercontinental title championship belt here, which I got to still send back to him. So I'm sorry, guys, for dropping the ball on that. It is here, it is safe, and I will get it out to you guys. But I love seeing the kids doing the grip stuff. So keep posting that stuff, everybody. And if you'd like to have us feature it in the show, maybe we can work it in there sometime. So be sure to get a hold of us and use that hashtag This Week in Grip. That totally bleeds me dry, bro. I got nothing.
Yeah, I have just a couple things left. James Rodriguez had he put another. He's been working with the 245s pinch for a while now. And if you caught any of those videos, he just put one out with 245s with about 5.5 pounds added. So he's getting some good one-hand pinch numbers up there. So I'm not sure what he's building to, but he's definitely on the up.
Yeah, he's coming along, and I think he snatched the Hub Marine Handwich.
Oh, James Fuller, you mean?
Yeah. Who are you talking about?
Rodriguez.
Oh, dude, I missed the last name. I'm sorry. Yeah. So yeah. So I don't think I saw the video that you were talking about. I think I missed that while I was on my trip, maybe. But yeah, I just heard James. I'm sorry. I'm still zombied. I'm still zombied out, dude. Sorry.
Yeah. No big. Yeah. No, James Fuller. I definitely caught that video where he snatched that plate. That was nice. That was real clean form. He hit it. That's not how you see some of them. I remarked about that actually on that video too. Some snatches are really more of a press, and his is just pow
press out. Yeah.
So he does a real nice job on a lot of those. I like a lot of his feats. It's real good stuff with him. Yep.
Yeah, I would say that too. I would echo that. There's sometimes it's like people clean it and then they're actually locking it out with their elbow. And that's, it's splitting hairs, obviously, but, if you can actually like kind of keep your arm, keep your elbow out of it, it's much more difficult to do it that way. And sometimes you have to like dip down just like the Olympic lifters do. By the way, dude, I heard that some dude snatched a new world record, like all-time world record in the actual barbell snatch recently with something like 471 pounds.
Really? Really?
Yeah.
I didn't hear anything about that. Oh, that's awesome. Okay,
yeah,
cool.
Luke saw it when he was surfing while I was driving. So I'm like swerving all over the road back and forth, dodging hawks. I never saw so many hawks out on the highway. If I wasn't driving in the Meridian the whole way, I probably wouldn't have had to swerve around them. But, that's neither here nor there. At least Luke got his surfing in and was able to check out Instagram, and during that time saw that there was a new world record snatch. But I don't know who did it or anything, or, if he had, what country he was from or whatever. I don't know, but That's huge, dude. 471 pounds. I mean, I'd be lucky to go deadlift 471 pounds,
Yeah,
let alone move it so fast that I could pull myself under it and lock it out without pressing. Unbelievable.
No, that really is. Yeah, because a lot of people, they do those, like strongman competitions and stuff. It's more like a continental clean that they're doing, when they're using kind of a mixed grip and stuff to get that up. So that's, boy, I'd like to hear more about the person that pulled that off. That's just amazing. Yeah, the weight, the body weight and everything. That's, wow. Yeah. I'll try to find that somewhere. Sure. Was it? Where did he find that? How did he stumble across that gym? I hadn't. I
can only assume it was on Instagram, bro. It looked like Instagram.
Wow,
I glanced over, but it was real sunny, and you know how sometimes sun makes it hard to look on another person's screen when you're trying to see what they're messaging their wife or something like that.
Right, especially when you're driving.
Yeah, especially when you're driving and you're trying to see what they're texting their wife.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool.
So.
Okay.
Yeah, because I hate to. It makes it hard to swerve around the Hawks and the Meridian too. So when it's sunny out, I don't even bother trying to read people's phones anymore.
Yep. Nice. Well, no, that cleans me out. I am.
Oh boy.
I think that's everything that I had. So, yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Okay.
No movies, dude. No movie buffs out there. No grip feats for movies. So.
No, and I hadn't had any luck finding anything with that, on my end either. Once you said it, I guess I just don't have the time to watch the TV like I used to. It seems like. So,
right.
Yep. Cool.
Yeah, and I'm not. I've been binge watching Desperate Housewives. I haven't seen a lot of grip feats on there either. So.
Right. Yeah. Cool.
All right. Cool, man. Well, we worked through everything again, dude. Why don't you send us off?
Right. Well, that's episode 12. Thanks for listening, everybody. Thanks for doing this again, Jed. Guys, don't forget to like the video and share it. Just one last follow-up for anybody out there with regards to that NAGS committee. Jump in on that. Definitely need to get some more strong opinions on that board. So anybody that hadn't seen it on the grip board or any of the sources, look up Jed. Check out his Facebook page. There's a number of other places that it's out there. And I guess that's it. A few good feats this week, and we'll see you again next time.